What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? If we can understand that the unseen is what shapes our entire lives and our reality, then your life will change for the better. Let that sink in. All right. Have you ever met a person and you say to this person, you say, oh man, you know what? You've been acting funny lately. Oh, you know, this person's kind of, and guess what? The person starts acting the way you've been thinking. You think it's coincidence? Ah, man, you know what? I don't know about you. I think they don't like me too much. I think they start doing exactly what you're saying. Well, what is happening? Well, my friends, there's an invisible barrier that connects the invisible to the visible. The invisible barrier is our collection of our subconscious. Your subconscious can influence people. When your subconscious can influence a person, the person will react to the way they've been influenced by your thoughts. Now check this out. That can also work for money. If you think you are supposed to have abundance and wealth, like really think, like you really are delusional to yourself. If you're just delusional, say, you know what? I should have money. I should, money and all this stuff should really be in my in my life. The field will generate the money to be in your life. Did you know that? Yup. Because the thing that you're missing in the equation is as follows. Is that the invisible basically means it doesn't mean it's not there. It's just not there to our senses, right? It's there to somebody else. It's there to another frequency. It's there to other beings. It's just not there to our physical brain senses. You see, the thing about our brain is this, right? Our brain didn't develop to filter in the potential, your big goals and your big dreams from that unseen world. The brain didn't have time to do that. The brain only developed. Okay, I'm gonna make it very simple for you to understand. All right, let's pretend you go into Walmart, right, or Super Target, right, and they tell you, okay, I want you to go into Walmart and you have 15 seconds to pick up everything that you want. Just 15 seconds. All right, so you jump into Walmart and Super Target and it got 15, 14, 13. You're trying to get 11, 10, 9, 8. You only come out with a few stuff, right? And you're like, dang, man, I forgot to go get my TV. I forgot to go get that new blender. I forgot to get the juice. I forgot to get this, the cow. But you only had 15 seconds. So all the other stuff was still in there, but you only had 15 seconds. So what you got in your hand is all you got. That's how your brain works with reality. So when reality came into existence, whatever, your brain was like, I only got 15 seconds. I'm just going to take the bare necessities and it's going to leave everything else on the table. So you're going to, in a Super Walmart, you're missing a whole bunch of stuff because you don't have 15 seconds to go all the way to the electronics aisle and come back, the food aisle, and man, it takes you 15 seconds just to get over to the electronics aisle, to go to the jewelry aisle, all that stuff. So your brain only picked up what it needed and it left a whole bunch of unimaginable great stuff in the invisible. That's why they're there. That's why your brain only can do what it can do. But let's do this again. So let's say now you're in a Walmart again, in a Super Target, and they give you 15 seconds and you got what you want. But then somebody comes up to you and says, hey man, since you did so good at 15 seconds, I'm going to put you in the second round. And this time, I'm going to make you go into the Walmart, but we're not going to the main part. We're going to take the the back part where they deliver, you know, in all those superstores, they have the back dock where they get all the deliveries into the store. She says, I'm going to take you directly into the back part of the store where you can have direct access and get stuff quicker, right? That's an example of your consciousness or your higher mind or your imagination can now go over your brain's inability and pass it and now go into the invisible. And this is where the concept comes in. That's why as a man thinketh, he becomes. And that's why we go back to when you see someone and you say, man, I don't think this person's gonna like me. They don't like you. I think this person's acting real funny around me. They act funny around me. I think this person's gonna have an attitude when they see me. They have an attitude when they see you. So you guys got to get the understanding or overstanding that reality is bending for you, towards you. Reality is like, okay, so let me give an example of reality. Reality is like this. It's like, yo, hey, Mark, look, I'm over here, man. Can you select what you want? I'm bored. There's so much stuff here that you can get, but you're not jumping in to get it, Mark. Because Mark did not know that his thoughts, his imagination was or is very critical in bringing things into manifestation. But now Mark learns it through quantum physics and says, wait a minute. So this is all energy, that is all energy. I'm giving off a charge. My brain is powered by electromagnetic. My heart is electromagnetic. Cells are water, liquid, electrochemical, photons of light. My skull is a visionary cortex. I can't, that stuff doesn't have light in there. So how the heck am I seeing reality? Oh my goodness. Man, I'm not seeing reality. I'm projecting reality. So all this stuff is just projections into my consciousness. My goodness. So nothing is happening outside, it's happening inside. Dang. Let me flip the game. Let me start believing and thinking that this stuff is supposed to be me. Oh man, how about the lottery? Let me go get the lottery so I can buy my BMW Dakar Yellow M3. Got that. All right, let me win some more money in the lottery. Got that. All right, what else can I do? Man, this is so cool. Let me start some businesses, create more content. Let me write some books. These books will help people change their lives. Got that. Wow. I gotta start teaching this stuff, letting people know about this stuff. Got it? Simple. Simplicity is how it works. Remember, I always tell you, knowledge without implementation will get you nowhere. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because that's what it is. See, guys, you guys have to understand, do not sleep on your thoughts and imagination. They may seem docile, they may come and go. That's how the mind selects them. Do not sleep on them. Pay attention to them, work on them, make sure they are only what you want, and they will become your physical reality. Most of humanity, 90% of humanity, do not know this. Why do you think they call them the elites? Why do you think they are so powerful? Why do you think they control the mainstream media? Why do you think they control all the wealth? Because they recognize and they built the matrix based on the science and knowledge that your thoughts generate an invisible field. There's a collective subconscious. They knew that before, and they said, let's harvest this. Let's use this to the people. Let's, instead of having the people free themselves, let's use this to control the people. Hey, if some of them get lucky and find out, whoop-de-doo. But 99% of them won't find out because we're going to suppress them with low vibrational content, and we're going to keep their vibration low. Exactly. Hijack their energy. We're going to hijack their energy so they're just going to be able to live at the bare minimum. Yeah, some of them will escape. Some of them will luck up and they'll find this knowledge. But hey, some people always fall through the cracks. We don't care. We have insurance for that. We call that losses. That's fine. As long as the majority don't get this message. That's what they bank on. And that's what's happening. So consider yourself very fortunate. Yes, let them create their own demise. So you have to consider yourself very fortunate that you are a chosen few, because the thing is, let me tell you something else that's powerful. In this field, it's a replay multiverse, right? So the fact that you're here and you're tuning in and you find this information, it's not by coincidence. It was designed by you, for you, to do this. So the ones that get this, you came back to get this. The ones that don't get this, they came back not to get this, because last time they came back and they got it. This time they come back, they're just going to be NPCs. Last time they came back, they were APCs, authentic player characters. So this is why, another thing you do, this is why you never force your beliefs upon other people. You put it out there. If they catch it, they catch it. If they don't, they don't. That's right, we all came back to remember. So congratulations for you in this lifetime, because now this is the lifetime that you're going to experience a lot of what you missed in your last lifetime. Okay? So I'm reading comments here. Mark, how do you manage the lows? You manage the lows by becoming neutral. Okay, let me give you an example how you manage the lows. I'm going to show you something powerful here, right? You have to remember that you're going to get a lot. We're open on both ends, right? Information, so consciousness, all thoughts are going to come into our heads. 90% of our thoughts are not our own, by the way. All these negative thoughts you have, they're coming from other individuals, part of the collective. This is a whole bunch of networks going on. So what you have to learn to do is become aware. So if you get a low thought, just ask yourself this question: is this something that I would like to sustain? And if the answer is no, you go into the ignoring mode. You just let it pass. And I'll give you an example. Can this work? Of course, 100 people. Check this out. Every single moment of every single day, you are ignoring hundreds of thousands of frequencies and sounds that don't resonate with you. And you're sleeping like a baby. Let me give you an example of that right now. When you open up your door and you're going outside to work or wherever, you are bombarded with sensory inputs from outside noise, hum noises, car noises, everything, and it doesn't bother you one bit. You're not, if a car beeps, you're not, oh, car beep, oh my goodness, oh wait, the bird's creeping, oh, that's bothering me. Your brain has habitualized itself to filter out only sounds that are relevant to you. If your brain can do that with sounds, don't you think your brain can do that with thoughts? Easier than sounds? Even, listen, some people, majority of people go to sleep like a baby with noise. They can't go to sleep without noise. They can't go to sleep without the fan on. They can't go to sleep without hearing the crickets. They can't go to sleep. Some people, I mean, think about it, people. So if you are in a thought or you feel low, you have to condition your brain to ignore it just like it does everything else. And the way to get your brain to ignore it is to become aware and say, oh, I noticed this feeling, I noticed this thought, and I do not like it, so I'm going to ignore it. When you tell your brain, you could tell your brain, I'm going to ignore it. Your brain knows what ignore means. Your brain says, oh, okay, so we don't want this as a top priority, so let me filter this into the background, Mark. And guess what? You're going to get a whole bunch of these thoughts a lot, but they're not going to affect you. Because you have learned to ignore. See how that works? That'll get you going. So if you're ready to go deeper and actually master manifestation with Mark, join me in my school community, link in the bio. Just to let you know, we're launching so we're just finishing up our Manifesting Your Personal Lottery Jackpot course, 15-day course. Winning like crazy in that community. 20,000, 10,000, 30,000, 15,000. You can go ahead and look for yourself. Some of you are in school. I've just also launched the most powerful lottery subliminal ever, only available to school. You won't find that. You find a lot of them on my YouTube channel, but this one will not be on YouTube. Available for you guys. And starting next Friday, the 24th, will be the revolutionized new course. We'll be activating your DNA reversing telomere aging. Slow down your aging, freeze time in your favor. By the way, neuroscience and science now shows that this is possible, and now we have the tools to do it. That course launches the 24th, I believe, next Friday. The syllabus is now up in this platform. So you can go take a look in the syllabus and see what you expected and what the outcome and what's the benefit for you. And that's a 21-day course in the community. So we are definitely elevating and changing lives, and we are at the forefront of quantum science, consciousness, and energy. And if you're interested, and if this is something that resonates with you, if you want to change your cells, reverse them, slow them down, you want to have the beautiful glowing skin like Mark does and all that stuff, that's what I do, and it will all be in my school platform. You'll slow time down into your frequency range. All right, so again, happy manifesting. Keep doing what you do. Remember, knowledge without implementation is no good. Keep manifesting, and I'll see you at the top with your manifestations. Goodbye.